So instead of just clearly, when you do have some idea, then why you don't tell other people? This is a kind of a beginning of our problems here, when you do have two persons living together. So after I am retired here, both of us do have hearing problems. And so people in our community probably, they think we are fighting. Can't you hear me, you know? And so next Wednesday I'm going to a hearing test anyway. And then I already had the consultation with the a doctor who specialized in the ear. Anyway, what I really like to appeal to you is that instead of holding back, better tell, so that we all know. So it took a long time to understand my wife anyway. No, I thought I really knew her, but I didn't. To be sure, this is not a confession session, but you know, that was a real lesson for me. I think I have to make sure one after another. Otherwise, I don't just go ahead to buy this and that. Instead, I like to know what she wants. You know, these things should be done. This is a kind of Jodo Shinshu style. Being a minister, I gave a talk about it yet, and I wasn't aware that, and I didn't really follow the Jodo Shinshu lifestyle here. First, Jodo Shinshu is the religion of listening here. When you have a question, you have to ask. So you can say that Jodo Shinshu is a religion of questioning. So we do have very able ministers at this San Jose Buddhist temple. I can see that they're waiting for your questions. Don't think that people who raise questions is always inferior. No. Because of a question that you raised, minister grows. If you don't ask questions, minister is not really growing. Rather than that, we are really behind time here. And then we are not really thinking about the issue that we ministers don't realize here. That's why this is kind of a mutual so-called learning process. That's why I hope you really raise questions and then talk to the minister. That is our job here. So please do not waste your time and minister's time. Make things really workable, make things really fruitful here. So, as we really come to this understanding, don't you think that instead of just satisfying with your own self here, when you do have talking with your friends here, when friends makes the kind of false remarks about anything, you can always step in. I think this is it. You can always contribute to your idea based upon the conclusion of the so-called result of your question and answer session you involved here. But somehow, recently, we don't do it. When I became a minister, boy, I couldn't sleep because I received so many questions. I couldn't answer. I talked to the senior ministers. I wrote, letters to my professors and so on. Today, you can always pick up the telephone and you can always send the emails. Yet, how come we don't open our mouth and ask? Our body is something like really stone, immovable here. So, don't you think? We use our mouth, we use our ears, we use our nose and mouth and our bodies, hands, and then we really come to understand each other. Real depths here. And so I really like to encourage you that Jodo Shinshu should not stop wasting your self-satisfaction. Once you really receive this true and real mind of the Buddha, all of us very grateful of minds. We like to do something for the people, for this community, for this nation, for this world. You shouldn't have a very, very small mind. Rather than that, and you really open up your mind, that kind of attitude is called the Bodhisattva's way of life. So do not think only San Jose Buddhist Temple. Please think of the BCA. Please think of the America. You are Americans. Just do not let the politician to move from our nation a certain way. We can always, participate in this political process to change our, direction. If politicians make a wrong move here, that's also the Bodhisattva's way of life. Don't you think? If you don't do it, our religion becomes shrunk in our own heart and mind. And then that doesn't really give us any meaningful so-called idea. And then we are not going to have any motivation to live happily here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your invitation and giving me this very precious time to let me talk about the so-called reflection during I got during my walking. Namam Daos. Thank you very much. Namam Daos.